Okay, Kurt, talking to your man Davis, you were just out checking out the track. Maybe give us a recap of yesterday's 2 practice sessions for you and how the track looks right now after you just gave a gander at it.
Yeah, I feel like the way that everybody has adapted this second year in the Cup Series, in the trucks to dirt being on top of Bristol, it seems like there's more confidence out of everybody. And the practice sequences and how you go and attack them all are about that track prep and how you read the mud. And so with yesterday's practice, our car, I thought we were a top 5 car in the first practice. And the second one, we were sideways loose, struggling for grip. And I'm glad we had both of those elements in our practices yesterday for my team on the number 45 car. So with Billy Scott and my engineering group, the mechanics, we all have our theories in dirt racing. And, with Bubba and the way that he approaches it as well, it's just a matter of gathering the right information and then applying it to each of our sequences or each of our times on track. So watching the truck races now, the heat races will be important for our heat races. And then we'll see how the mud looks and what the trucks will do in the different stages tonight and who ultimately wins. We'll have to do it on a dry, slick style dirt. So that's, again, what we'll end up seeing in the Cup cars. But to start tomorrow's race, we're going to see it just as muddy as this is right now. So you have to go through all the changes and make sure you adapt to all the changing circumstances.
Thank you, Kurt. If you have a question for Kurt, please raise your hand. We'll get your mic. We'll start over here to Mark.
Mark Aropierre, don't mean to jump ahead a little bit, but I'm doing a story on Dover. We've always been told that track is pretty tough on machinery. Do you think the new next-gen Cup cars, are you any questions about durability in that racetrack and the stress and strain the car will take?
It's always my favorite part of compartmentalizing media sessions. I've been sticking screwdrivers in mud for the past 2 days, and now I'm talking about Dover. I'm sure the car will be fine. The car has shown that the body panels are taking some good scrapes and some good bits of contact, and then the suspension has been on the fragile side. And so I think this weekend has already taught us what we need to upgrade and what we need to upgrade quick. And so, yeah, Dover is one of the most aggressive places to break welds or to have vibrations and to challenge the car. So it continues to pass each test everywhere we go, and we're doing it sometimes just on the fly, like week of. There was even a discussion within the driver council this week about going to a screen or a barbecue grate style windshield just because of the mud collection. So everything's just been on the fly, and we're working collectively in all categories to make sure we put on the best show we can.
Okay.
Yeah, Kurt Jeff Birchville, John C. Press. I know with any job, you sort of get into like a routine and habits, and then when things change, how long does it take, like a veteran driver, for yourself to just embrace all the changes that have happened the last couple of years?
Yeah, ever since we had the break for COVID and came back, it's been night and day. And so you roll with it. You just smile, and for me, it gives me an appreciation more so of my job and the fun that this is, and the challenge that it takes for everybody to keep finding that rhythm or the sequence. And I would honestly say that the crew chiefs and the crew members have a tougher time than the drivers do right now. But each week is fun new challenges everywhere we go.
We have a couple questions upstairs, and then we'll come back down. Press box.
Thank you. Lee Spencer, Kurt. Hope you're doing well. I'm just kind of curious. You've won here 6 times when it hasn't been dirt, and I'm just kind of curious as far as, has that helped you at all try to get a feel for this place, and how much, from you not coming from a dirt discipline, or you learning basically from the seat of your pants? I mean, literally from, how it feels, the car feels from your seat.
Yeah, for me, I ran dirt back in the mid-'90s with a little dwarf car. And when we found a rhythm with that car and some of the dirt tracks that we traveled to, the setup didn't change much. We just stuck with 3 or 4 things to try to make it easy and to travel and go to all the different styles of mud or banking. And so with Bristol being dirt, it's completely different than the concrete. You know, the spring race had its attitude versus the night race on how it raced. The old Bristol versus the new with the way the concrete was reconfigured. This next gen car every week is a fun new challenge. And I say that with all honesty. I have over 2 decades of experience, but I try to throw all that out and just go with it and challenge myself with my team to get the best results for the number 45 Toyota Camry.
We'll stay up in the press box. Mike?
Mike Hembry from Auto Week. Kurt, talk about future Cup schedules as taking on kind of a Wild West appearance. Talk about street racing and staying on dirt maybe. How would the schedule look if you were sort of in charge of putting things together in the future?
I think we made huge improvements last year. All the new venues we went to seemed to have that inaugural vibe, and the energy level was up, you know, with everything that went on in Road America, Nashville. The Indy Road Course even had that different feel through the garage area. And, you know, everywhere we're looking to go, or, you know, with dirt here at Bristol, you know, it just, whatever we can do to keep things right on that edge of, for the right reason and the integrity of NASCAR, and to know that these are oval cars that are supposed to be going 185 miles an hour. That's important, but also reaching out to new demographics, new fans, new markets. That's a key element. And so keeping the variety going is what I would recommend.
Come back down to the media center to Jenna.
Hey, Kurt. NASCAR and Fox see tomorrow night as a really big opportunity in that time slot on a holiday. What do you think? What sort of race do viewers need to see to say, hey, that was a good idea?
Again, it's the product. We know we have a show to produce. We have the cars and how they have to look on track, whether it's the speed or whether it's the passing. We're going to see cars, you know, sideways and in yaw, and it's like, wow, the best stock car drivers in the world are hanging on to these things and putting on a great show. You know, the 250 lap count is tough because you're cooking that dirt, and now you're ending up with way more dust, and it's very difficult to control that. So I'm hopeful the night element helps the dust level stay down. It helps the mud level and the consistency in the track stay more consistent. Because if it's in the day, you're just going to cook it and get it slicker quicker. And so just the atmosphere again of in a cool Coliseum effect, the stands all wrapped around this track. It's rare you see 150,000 seats ready to watch a race, and this is a good show to stand on. I don't know what produces a good show other than just cars side by side and the commentators talking about what makes it fun to be a fan in this sport, and what it makes it to be fun as an owner and a driver, as well as the sponsors being involved.
Kelly.
Kelly Crandall, Racer.com. Kurt, I have 2 for you. Talking about cars being side by side, it seemed like yesterday in practice the groove was able to be widened and guys were all over the place. How confident are you that could last throughout the course of tomorrow's race?
It looked great. I mean, that was the biggest thing. I was on a Fox production call earlier this week talking about track prep, and the fun, quick answer was, well, it was a monsoon last year. What do you do for that type of track prep? I'm like, no, I think we're going to see something different. And so congratulations, or kudos to, you know, the staff here at BMS and the way the dirt crew has made the track look thus far. Let's hope that the truck race goes that same way and that we get that with the Cup cars. It's just tough. Our Cup cars are 3,600 pounds. There's 40 of us out there, and we are blazing the tires across the surface, and that's why we cook it more than any other dirt series in the world.
And a few guys were talking about how the wall being painted black was not helping the cause when it comes to it getting dusty and not being able to see. Did you experience or notice that at all, of trying to find where that limit is, getting close to the wall, and then maybe losing sight of it?
Well, that's good. I thought since I was just one of the older guys, I couldn't find the wall. And then the white line, people would rub the white line with their left side tires, and it's like, wow, everything is dirt out here. And so I think a few guys have recommended something for the outer wall, and the inside line, I guess they just need to go out there with a quick paint crew, and just like they would in baseball, where you put in new chalk or new lines just to help during the stage breaks. We all have to work on it together the right way, and we all should be pretty darn smart from all the dirt racing that we have for experience in this group.
Any final questions for Kurt? All right. Thanks, Kurt.
All right.
Enjoy the broadcast tonight,
Thanks.
and good luck tomorrow.